What's up, guys? We're underneath the stairs finishing this last deck profile. We left the best for last. What'd you do, Josh? What'd you do?
I got first place at our Moncton regionals with Mathmech.
Mathmech, crazy. Man's going hard. Any shout outs you want to give today?
Shout out to my boy JT, he's the GOAT. Shout out to East Coast Games, my buddy's store, check it out. Shout out to all the Halifax boys. Shout out to Deadly B7, he's also a GOAT. Without that, I'll just get into it.
Yeah, let's dive in.
So we played 3 Mathmech, 3 Diameter, 2 Addition, 2 Subtraction, 2 Sigma, and then I played 3 Parallel Exceed. I wasn't playing this for a long time, but a lot of the games that you lose are just because you brick and you don't open like a way to Alan Bershon or whatever, so it just gives you more copies of ways
This
to
guy
combo.
loves math.
For the spells, for all the engine stuff, 3 sign-up mining, 3 small world. You have to maximize on getting to this card because this card is insane. One of each of these. I don't play Desires in this deck. I find with this deck it's better to just have access to all your cards at all times, and you make your deck worse by having to play 2 of this card if you play Desires, so I just can't be fucked to play that card. Aside from that, then it's just the non-engine for the deck, so 3 Ash, 3 Nib, Gamma. Gamma's really good for your small world bridges, and it's also just really good at making sure like everyone will use Shifter in your draw phase or standby phase, so it lets you play through Shifter.
Just have glue behind it, because like it sticks to your hand every time you play. This man, he's Bandit Keith with these sleeves.
2 Imperm, 1 Veiler. This would be a 3rd Imperm, but you want to play this for the small world bridge so that you can turn like your Mathmech guys, like specifically Diameter, so a lot of times you search that for free in your end phase. You can then search Ash through small world with this, which is really important for some matchups. 3 Eclipse. This card's really solid in a lot of matchups. It's like a god card when you go first with this deck too, because you're just playing it with your link board and super factorial, so it's really good. And then the 1 Talents, I just play this because I want to have it in my list somewhere to be able to search off Thrust, and I didn't have space in my side deck after I built it, so that was the last card.
Pretty nice. That's a standard 40, right?
Yeah, 40 cards. We're trying to see all the good cards. For the extra deck, link 1s are these guys. Link 2s, we played Cyber's Wicked, IP, Jammer, Splash. For
Only
Link
1
3s,
splash.
Only 1 splash.
We're
yeah,
banishing this. You're done.
You usually just use this to kill people. You use Heat Soul sometimes. This is probably the worst card in the extra deck. It's cuttable, but like sometimes when you get hand trapped a lot going first, like if your Alan Bershon gets hit and you can't get Diameter, sometimes you'll have a different name and you can Splash Mage for this, and it's something. It's not great, but Transcode, Appaloosa for Link 4s. 2 of these guys. This is mostly just for Cashier, but this card's actually really good to just be playing at 2 anyways. A lot of times when you're going second into boards, you can just go for like Splash and Update Jammer to make the first one, and if you get nibbed, you just need 2 more bodies to make IP and Transcode, and then you still have Update Jammer kill through that. So that actually comes up quite a bit, especially with everyone playing like 3 Nib in their list this format. And then just the XYZs, 2 of that one and 1 of the really good one.
And just not fearing at all Cashier. He's like, we don't worry about that.
Deck's not great. For the side, so I play 3 Droll. This is just mostly to cover a lot of the matchups that some of my non-engine isn't that great into. So like against Mathmech, this card's really good. Against the Dark World deck, this card's really good. And against Kashtira, this card's also really good. Like if they don't draw Shifter, this card like cooks a lot of the Kashtira hands, especially with a lot of people playing the adventure stuff here. I played, these were Labyrinth cards basically. So 1 Danko, 3 Lightning, 3 Thrust, and a Feather Duster. This is mostly just, I only play 1 of this mostly because if I'm going first, I have 3 more copies of it with Small World that I can just search this and just summon it and win that game really easy that way. This deck already has a really good going first matchup versus Labyrinth though, because your end board is really strong into it because you can make access code on their turn and you'll have Lingeribo and you have Super Factorial. It's really good. Really hard to lose when you go first anyways. I also played the 1 Regeki to have off Thrust as well. It's just nice to have to be able to search this card. Sometimes you need it to be able to out a Despia board. Sometimes you need it to be able to out like an Arise Heart pass, since a lot of people will just do that because they're scared of Nib. And then just 3D barrier for the Kashtira Despia matchups.
Makes sense.
Well,
congratulations on your first place deck profile. Once again, doing it. Man's crazy, and we'll probably see you soon at the next regionals.
Sounds good, brother. See you then.